Okay, everyone, here we are today in the lovely city of Torrance, where we claim fame, the James and Greg Show, and we've brought you another icon. To display this is his mouth. It's shocking to me. I can barely form my mouth to say the right words for Mr. Paul Walters and his lovely wife, Terry Walters, and they call him Cactus. I don't know. I've been trying to figure for the life of me why would they call a man Cactus. And how did he get this name Cactus? We're going to tell you that later. But I want to pay attention to something very important. This man was born in 1924. He sailed on one of the most famous ships in the world, the USS Suwannee. We're going to talk about that in further detail. And I'm just elated to sit next to this man, this type of figure. I never would have thought that the Lord would give me this type of blessing, but I consider it a blessing to sit next to this Mr. Paul Walters, aka Cactus. And Cactus, you went to what high school again?
Manual Arts.
Manual Arts. I know Manual Arts today, I'm sure.
In Los Angeles.
In the beautiful city of the angels, Los Angeles. And did you graduate from there?
No, I went in the service. I quit and went in the service.
A true serviceman. And you went straight to the Navy, I remember?
What do you say?
The Navy. Did you go to the Navy?
Yes.
Right. Were you scared?
Was I scared? Yeah, no.
You laughed in the face of danger. So now, when you went in, was it a lot of guys like you that dropped out of high school and went in?
I don't really know.
So you went in by yourself?
Right.
And did they give you a haircut and all that stuff?
I can't even remember that.
That's all right, man. That was just kind of a joke. I know they did. I know they shaved all that hair off and told you you're in the Navy now. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Good. That's absolutely good. Because I understand you were there for a long time.
5 years, 3 months, 21 days.
5 years, 3 months, 21 days. On the sea? On the water?
No, with the ship.
All right. Now, the Suwannee, from what I've read here, it was a very interesting boat. It was a tanker before it was...
It was a ship.
I'm sorry, you all. Boat is the wrong term.
Correct.
It was a ship. And it was always a ship. It was a U.S. Marquis, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, the Marquis was an oil tanker?
Correct.
And you signed up for the Navy. You weren't in the oil business, were you?
I did what?
The oil business. Were you in the oil business?
No.
But you were on an oil tanker. And I believe, from according to your notes there, Terry.
I got in the tanker, it was already an aircraft carrier.
And he does know that. Now, Terry, I understand that oil tanker is what saved Cactus. Or was he on that ship at that time?
Well, it was a ship, and it had been a converted oil tanker, and it had steel decks, which is why when it got kamikazed, it was the second ship to ever get kamikazed and the first ship to get kamikazed twice, 2 days in a row. And because of the steel decks, it did not sink, but they lost a third of their crew in 2 days.
In 2 days, a third of the crew was gone. How many were on the ship, do you know?
900
So you lost about 300 people that day.
in 2 days.
Wow, that's a lot of lives lost, Cactus. And was Cactus on that ship?
Yes, he was on the ship. He was injured, and 8 hours after they put out the fires, he went down to sick bay to report because he had been bleeding and had shrapnel. And because of what he saw down there, he just turned around, wrapped towels around his arms, and didn't report it.
Wow, there was a lot of...
I never did say that I had been wounded.
You were a real sailor. You were about... So did you lose any friends?
Probably. I can't remember.
You said yes, Terry.
Yes, he lost a lot of friends in those 2 days. You can't help but lose friends when you lose 300 people in 2 days.
She's right, people. They're on this boat, 900 guys. Ship. They're on this ship, 900 guys. Of course, they were friends and family. Wow, the kamikazes. Now, the kamikazes, that means that they actually die themselves, the attacker, correct?
Correct.
Wow. So this war was brutal.
Very brutal for all of us.
And people, that's why I thought this interview was paramount. Now, Cactus, after you healed from your injury, did you have any awards after that? Did they have any more battles?
Did we have any?
Battles.
I'm trying to think.
Terry, do you know?
Yes, they did. There's only one ship that I know of that's got more battle stars than the Suwannee, and that's the Essex.
No, can you say it again, please?
There is only one ship that has more battle stars than the Suwannee, and that's the Essex.
Oh, the Essex. The ESSEX? I believe that's how you spell Essex. Yeah. It's an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Now, the Cactus, what was your job on the ship? What type of job did you have?
I was a mechanic and a plane captain. That's what they called it.
Wow, plane captain. And did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
I bet you had those planes ready to go, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Were you fast?
Was I right?
Were you very fast?
Fast?
Yes, sir.
I don't really know, but I was doing my best.
That's all we can ask for. That's all. Did you get any medals?
The what?
Did you get any medals? Were you awarded? Terry, was he awarded any medals?
Just what's on the card. The ship got the medals, the men got the medals. But I will say one thing, you were talking about him being a plane captain. I understand from a lot of the pilots that he was really strict about making sure that those planes were ready to go. And if a pilot brought a plane back with bullet holes, oh, did he give them hell for bringing his planes back with bullet holes.
So he was meticulous. He didn't want those planes scarred.
No, but he wanted the men to be able to be in the best possible position to come back alive.
All right. Now that is a plane captain right there, buddy. And how long did you do that? How long? 5 years?
I couldn't tell you exactly how long, but I don't.
What do you think? What was the best part of the military? What was the best part of the Navy?
The best part of the Navy?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see. The ships, probably.
The ships. Were they really nice, secure? What was good about the ship?
Well, they did their part and didn't last that long.
That's a great answer. So so we won the battle.
Yes.
Well, all right, Cactus. Thank you. Now I don't know where I'd be if we would have lost. So I really appreciate you. Good job. Now, when you guys got hit, it was a 10-foot hole in the deck.
Yeah. Got a picture of it.
How did they fix it?
They just patched it over when we got back to where they could fix it.
Oh, okay. They didn't do it on the water.
Well, temporarily, yeah.
Okay. So did that hurt your job because the plane? No.
Just did what I had to do.
You know, I always wondered personally about sleeping. Did you ever sleep in this battle? Was it easy or hard to sleep?
We wouldn't sleep in the battle.
You couldn't sleep, huh?
No.
And if you did sleep, what would happen?
I don't know.
So they didn't sleep. He has no answer for that. So I know for a fact you didn't make that up. He didn't sleep. Terry, these men, they fought 24 hours. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, they fought 24 hours a day to save America and to save their ships and their fellow service personnel. So
That's pretty heavy. I mean, I don't think many people today. We have this thing called sleep apnea. What is it called? Sleep deprivation, where we consider ourselves without a good 8 hours of sleep, we're not functional. But here we are doing what we want to do today, thanks to Cactus and his friends, his crew members. Wow. When you came home, were you welcomed?
Yeah.
All right. Did they go to the White House?
I have no idea. I was not born at the time he came home.
Uh-oh. Well, that brings me to another question. How old were you when you met Cactus?
18,
And how old was Cactus?
42.
Well, that's all right. That's my type of life. Cactus, you little devil, you. So at 18 and him 42, did his war background draw, is that what impressed you?
He was a gentleman. He opened doors for me. He was just sweet. And I asked him to marry me.
You hear that, people? She asked him to marry her. And she probably paid for the wedding. No, just joking.
No, I didn't pay for it.
That's confirmed. She did not pay for the wedding. She just popped the question. And Cactus, were you happy to say I do or I will?
Yes.
He's still happy. And you're still together. How many years has it been?
It's been over 50 years.
That's a long time. And I have to ask, has the Navy been good to the both of you since you've been married?
The other shipmates have been wonderful. The Navy itself, that's a question mark.
Wow. But Cactus is remembered. I understand there's books here, At War with the Wind, and you had a part in this book. It's by David Sears.
Yeah.
And did you help him with some information?
Did I, or
When he wrote this book, did you give him information?
I guess I did. I didn't.
Yes, he did.
Excellent. And was he kind enough to mention you in this book?
Yeah. Got my picture in it.
You have your picture in this book?
Yeah.
Well, let me just go to this particular page
That's it.
that I have marked. It says, can you hold that, Terry, please?
Yep.
I got that later. It says Paul K. Cactus Walters, USS Suwannee CVE 27. Courtesy of Mr. Walters. You gave him the picture.
Yeah.
So you do know this guy, Mr. Sears. Good. You know the guy that wrote the book.
I guess.
Yeah, you do. You gave him your picture. And listen, you're right here where it says the Kamikaze Boys. Is that what you call the Kamikazes? The Kamikaze Boys?
No. The kamikazes, but we didn't call them boys.
I don't think they were boys, but hey, yeah, I got it. It's just a card. So this book, if you haven't, I can find it. This book, At War with the Wind, I recommend it because my friend Cactus has a lot to do with some of the literature that's in there and the history of the war. Now, what war was that?
World War II.
World War II. Fought in,
You what?
where were you guys fighting? What country?
Japan.
Japan, in the 40s.
Yeah.
Just for you to know, because you'll question me, and now you don't have to. In the 40s, Cactus was saving your butts, and your future butts, or should you say tushes?
Tushes.
That's good stuff, Cactus. Now you have other articles I see. So you've been pretty popular, as we saw it.
This is the Suwannee book. It has
What was the captain's name?
damn if I know.
He doesn't remember that. He remembers one thing, that he made it home. And he married a beautiful lady. Been with her for over 50 years. Outstanding. The only ship in the United States Navy or any other country to have been in every major landing in World War II. And that's the ship you were on, Cactus?
That's it.
And he wants me to know that. He wants you to know that. This is historical. There's never been another ship, and I don't think there will ever be, like the USS Suwannee, which was an oil tanker converted into a fighter ship. Don't say boat. A fighter ship. And all your names are mentioned here, huh?
Different air groups that died.
Now, where could we find this? Where could someone go buy this? Because it says it's 1947. Wow. Where could they go buy as we saw it?
There's another one in there too.
Do you have any idea where we could go buy this?
No.
Only for us. We have the rights to reprint
Oh, really?
the books. Not at war with the wind, but as we lived it and as we saw it, we have the rights to reprint it.
And you're talking we as in Paul and Terry Walters?
I've never hardly ever have called him
Paul, right?
I've never, in over 50 years, I've never, hardly have ever called him Paul. He's always been Cactus
Since you met him.
since I met him. That's very few people know his real name.
Okay, I have a question for you. Now, you said that you have the rights to reprint this,
Yes.
and it's as we lived it, and as we saw it. Why is that?
Because we requested from the man who wrote it, and he gave us the permission. We have a letter stating that we can reprint it, and we have any number of times reprinted both books. So we could give them to the ship's company, but we've also given them to other people who want to know about the Suwannee.
All right, that's a good thing. I wanted to ask you that next because, we have so much news today, we have so much education today, but we have very little education about what these soldiers went through. I didn't know that this is the most important ship in the world as far as historical battles are concerned. And here we are with one of the living beings that happened to be on that ship during the kamikaze invasion or bombing. And it also sank a couple other submarines and things of that nature. And we don't talk about it in school. We don't give any credence or credit to these guys, at least not enough. Now, the 4th of July is around the corner. It's in a few days, people. The 4th of July is less than a week away, and I doubt if they talk about Cactus on the news. I would love to hear that they mention my friend Cactus. I'm going to call him that since you've only called him Cactus. I would love to hear that you two are on Channel 5, 7, 11, 9, 2, 4, any of the news stations, any of those networks, talking about what it was like to have lived those times, or what it was like for him to have lived those times. So I have to ask you, since there isn't a lot of talk about it, how does that make you feel knowing that this husband of yours is so monumental and historical?
It's sad that they don't talk about not just Cactus, but the other men and women from World War II who played such a big role in saving America. Because I myself would not be where I'm at, not just married to Cactus, but the education I had, the jobs I've had, without these men and women sacrificing their lives. So I think it's very sad. And by the way, the shirt I've got on, that's a copy of the plane, one of the planes he flew. He wasn't supposed to fly him, but he did anyway.
How did you do that, Cactus?
God only knows.
You got on it and just took off.
Yeah.
Well,
Attaboy.
let me say this. From what I've heard from other pilots from the Suwannee, Cactus wanted to know how the plane flew and what he needed to do to make sure, as a plane captain, he had that plane in the best condition it could be in. So he flew them a couple of times to make sure that he did the right thing.
And was that favored by his higher-ups? How did the captain, the admiral, how did they feel about that?
I don't think they ever knew.
All right, you got away with something, Cactus. I love it. So, 4th of July is coming up, my friend. What are you going to do on the 4th of July?
I haven't the slightest idea.
They should do something for you. That's for sure. Even if it's hang a huge flag in your honor somewhere. Absolutely. So, Terry, in concluding, what would you like for those people out there to do for the 4th of July for you and Cactus?
Have a safe and sane 4th of July, and please don't shoot off any fireworks. It scares the animals.
We've shot off enough fireworks in our history. You just heard it from this guy. Say goodbye, Cactus.
Bye-bye.
You heard it. James and Greg Show. See ya.
Baba.